Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Shocking reason Todd Chrisley got fired from prison church job. Reality TV star and personality Todd Chrisley has been serving a prison sentence since the start of 2023. While serving his time, Chrisley recently lost his job at a prison chapel. The reality TV star's attorney has recently come out to explain what cost Chrisley his job. According to Chrisley's attorney, Jay Sargent, the reality star lost his administrative prison chapel job at the federal prison camp in Pensacola. Assisting the prison chaplain, Chrisley helped set up church services for people of various religious backgrounds, including Christian, Islamic, and Jewish. While Sargent claimed his client did a relatively good job in the role, he would eventually get in trouble with prison officials. As Sargent shared, Chrisley worked out of a small office near the prison's residential drug abuse program. During his time in the role, Chrisley spoke with inmates in the program. While it's unclear what he told these inmates, the prison officials did not like the reality star speaking with these people at all. As noted by TMZ, one possible issue is that inmates in this program divide their time in and out of prison. Thanks to this, prison officials might not have liked Chrisley speaking to inmates who had access to the outside world. A Federal Bureau of Prisons rep also released a statement to the publication. As it read, for privacy reasons, we do not comment on the conditions of confinement for any incarcerated individual. This can include their work detail assignments. According to the publication, Chrisley enjoyed his job preparing religious services. Reportedly, he is also hoping to get his job back. For the time being, he is also still allowed to attend these religious services. Fans have been given a few glimpses of what Chrisley's life is like inside the federal prison camp. As previously reported, Sargent had earlier claimed that his client is safe in prison. He also claimed that the other inmates viewed him as some sort of counselor. At the time, it was believed that the other inmates respect Chrisley as an advocate for prison reform. Back in February, news came out that Chrisley took to Instagram to share allegations of assault and religious persecution against inmates. Back in 2022, both Chrisley and his wife Julia were found guilty on charges including tax evasion and bank fraud. Todd was given a 12-year sentence, which he is currently serving at the Pensacola prison camp. Julie is currently serving 7 years at the Federal Medical Center in Lexington. What do you think of Todd Chrisley losing his job at the prison? Do you think he might be able to get his job back? Make sure you come back for all the latest TV and celebrity news. For months, Todd Chrisley had found an unlikely refuge behind the high prison walls, a place of solace, spirituality, and purpose. Known to millions as the outspoken patriarch of Chrisley Knows Best, Todd had traded in designer suits for government-issued uniforms, but one role gave him a renewed sense of pride: serving in the prison chapel. It was in that modest sanctuary, surrounded by rows of scuffed wooden pews and gospel hymnals missing their covers, that Todd found a new mission. Yet, in a shocking twist that left fellow inmates whispering and fans outside stunned, Todd Chrisley was abruptly removed from his church duties. No sermon, no farewell prayer, no explanation offered in the moment. Just a quiet notice delivered by a guard one morning: "You're no longer needed in chapel." The question everyone wanted answered was simple: why? A man transformed, or so it seemed. When Todd first entered prison, the adjustment was brutal. The once polished Southern gentleman, who thrived in a world of sharp one-liners and glossy family life, found himself stripped of every luxury. But the chapel offered him a reprieve. He greeted newcomers at the chapel doors, sang hymns in a deep, surprisingly strong voice, and even helped organize Bible study sessions. For the first time in a long time, he wasn't a reality TV star or a disgraced businessman. He was simply Todd, a fellow man searching for redemption. By all appearances, his work in the chapel was a lifeline, not just for himself but for others. So what could possibly lead to his dismissal? The rumors begin. Word spread quickly among the inmates, as it always does. Some claimed Todd had been caught bending rules, allowing too much laughter, too much personality, too much Chrisley into the chapel, a place where humility was prized. Others whispered that Todd had clashed with the prison chaplain, his charisma threatening to overshadow the man in charge. Still, others suggested something more scandalous. Todd had allegedly taken on the role of spiritual advisor with such gusto that some guards worried he was cultivating a following. A mini-congregation devoted more to him than to the chapel itself. The rumors piled high like hymnals on an altar, but none seemed to fully explain the abruptness of his removal. Todd's version of events. From his side, Todd painted a very different picture. In a private phone call with family, later shared through his daughter Savannah, Todd claimed the reason was as simple as it was shocking. "I refused to stay silent when I saw things that weren't right," he reportedly told her. According to him, the firing wasn't about misconduct, but about speaking out. Todd alleged that he had been vocal about the lack of resources provided for the chapel, tattered Bibles, broken sound systems, and limited time for services. He even pushed for better access for inmates who found comfort in religion, but were frequently turned away due to overcrowding. His complaints, he believed, made him a target. The star power problem. One theory gaining traction is that Todd's celebrity was his downfall. Unlike other inmates who blended into the shadows of the pews, Todd's presence was impossible to ignore. His natural showmanship, honed from years on television, made him a compelling speaker. He didn't just read scripture, he performed it. He laced Bible verses with witty anecdotes, dramatic pauses, and heartfelt testimonies that left fellow prisoners wiping tears from their eyes. The problem? The chaplain began receiving feedback that some inmates preferred Todd's words to his own sermons. What started as admiration morphed into tension. A place meant to honor God now risked becoming, in the chaplain's eyes, the Todd Chrisley show. For a man already accused of fraud outside prison walls, accusations of ego inside them carried a heavy price. The incident that broke it all. The final straw, according to insider whispers, came during a Sunday service when Todd allegedly went off script. The chaplain had prepared a standard message about forgiveness, but when it was Todd's turn to read scripture, he detoured. Instead, he launched into a fiery, unsanctioned speech about hypocrisy, calling out the double standards within the system, and even hinting that the prison administration itself was guilty of failing its flock. The crowd of inmates erupted into applause, claps echoing through the room like thunder. To some, it was a powerful sermon of truth. To others, particularly the staff, it was seen as open rebellion dressed in scripture. The very next day, Todd was told he would no longer serve in the chapel. Life after the firing. Losing his chapel job hit Todd hard. The church had given him purpose, a stage to reinvent himself, and an escape from the monotony of prison life. Without it, he was left adrift, searching for a new way to fill the hours.